All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on WION at this hour, and this has got to do with what is happening in the state of Myanmar, where at least about 35 civilians are said to have been killed by Myanmar's military junta in the Kayah state. And this is also due to the renewed air of terror in the nation. The United Nations has in fact condemned the reported killings and has described it as utterly horrifying. A senior United Nations official has said that he was horrified by the reports of the killings of the civilians and has called the authorities to investigate this incident very thoroughly. The United Nations official has also called the reports of the killings as credible. Two workers from non-profit groups say that children also remain missing after their vehicle was amongst the several that were attacked and then later torched. A monitoring group and a local media have blamed the attacks squarely on Myanmar's military junta. According to human rights groups and local residents, at least 35 local civilians, including women and children, were killed and their bodies were later burnt in the conflict-torn region. The rights groups have strongly condemned the inhumane and the brutal killings that have taken place in Myanmar. Photos shared by the human rights groups and local media show charred remains of bodies on burnt-out truck beds. State media, however, has reported that soldiers shot and killed an unspecified number of terrorists who were carrying weapons. This is how the state in Myanmar is describing what has in fact happened. And also the government has accused the people of not stopping their vehicles even after the military directed them to. On the 1st of February earlier this year, the military carried out a coup in Myanmar. One of the largest civilian militias opposing the junta was the Karenini National Defence Force. In the latest statement, the group has said that those killed by the military were not armed members, but actually civilians who were seeking refuge from the conflict. Myanmar's upheaval escalated when the military overthrew the controversial civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi. The military claimed that fraud had in fact been taken place in the November election that was won by Aung San Suu Kyi, and international observers have also said that the military's accusations that the election was rigged are simply not credible. Civilians are enraged by the coup, and they've also staged protests in many places across the country. Many local resistance forces have also sprung up. Currently, a self-proclaimed national unity government is seeking to lobby the international community and prevent the Myanmarese military junta from consolidating power. Meanwhile, fighting in another part of the country near the Thai border, where the military continues to clash with the rebel groups, Thailand, for its part, has beefed up its own security deployment near the border to prevent an influx of rebels into the region. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.